Lou, how you doing, Lou? I'm not going to say it, Lou, no matter how many times you throw it up there. Nice to see you, Lou. Abdullah, good evening. John, looking for two stocks with mid-risk with high gain for long term. What stocks you recommend? All right, John, first and foremost, number one, I don't do anything long term. My idea of long term is 30 days. Okay? Just to let you know. All righty, what do we have over here? Cool. Wall Street boys, good evening, good evening. All right, so number two, I don't make recommendations. I just put up what you guys want me to take a look at and then go over some stuff. Oh, I'm wearing the wrong shirt. Wearing the wrong shirt. Okay, give me 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. All right, that was awkward. Wearing the wrong shirt. All right. Don't. All right, Peter, good evening. David, Gene, Josie, what's happening? Wall Street Boys, Kuza, JT, what's going on? Waiting for YouTube to sign in. Hey, Dico Fino. I said Dicky Fino. Good evening. Travis, good evening. Your shirt's awesome. Thank you. All righty. It's my glasses. Let's get the ball started. Anything anybody wants to take a look at tonight? Now, you guys down here live, you can just chime in anytime you want. Just unmute yourself and ask away. Other than that, we're just going to get on with the show. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Tonight, we have something different, something new, something interesting. We actually have live participants. If they want, they can just chime on in anytime and ask questions, and we'll take a look at what they want to take a look at. Other than that, let's see what you guys want out there in TV land. Yeah, TV land. How hokey. John, how you doing? Ann Alliance, the silver guy, Ghoul Beans. I can't read that. Hello, I'm Viandra Singh from India. Namaste. How are you today? JP3, good evening. Alan Ain. Okay. Boren, all right. Boren John. Okay. Marcos, good evening. All right. First one on the list we got for tonight is going to be some Ford. Let's take a look at some Ford. Now, Ford was one of my number one stocks not 2 years ago. Uh-oh. Why aren't I able to do anything here? Well, that's not right. Okay. All right. Ford, first thing I want to see. Yep, that worked. Whatever I did, don't know what it was, but whatever I did, it worked. All right, here's Ford. First and foremost, as always, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the motion that it's going up, down, sideways, big down, and then back up again. Now, we thought there was going to be profit taking with that big jump they had the other day, but no. Had profit taken yesterday, paid down, and then it's going back up again. All right, fine. I got to actually adjust this one because it's not quite right. Not quite right. All right. I want to be able to see the whole screen. There we go. Bring it over. Whoops. All right, that's good enough. That's good enough. All right, so here we go. Today's price, 10.22. So here's you got a choice. Do I want to do the 10s or do I want to do the 10.50s? Because anytime I buy a stock, I want to automatically think, what strike price do I want to use? Well, here you're at 10.18, which is kind of like somewhere in the middle. So do I want the 10.50s, which is only paid? I don't want to look at tomorrow, because tomorrow ain't going to do us any good because there's only 1 day left. All right, so next week, the 10s are going for 49 cents. That's, okay, wait a second, hold on. Okay, so if I buy it at 10.22, sell the 10s, I'm losing 22 cents. Okay, so let's subtract that 22 cents out of the equation. 27. All right, so I'm walking away with 27 cents. Now, 27 cents, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but 27 cents on a $10 stock is over 2.5%. 2.5% every single week comes to over 100% per year. Okay, more like 110, 115% per year. 100%. When's the last time you doubled your money in a year? I mean, think about it. Most people enjoy 5, 6, 7, 8, 10% a year on their stock portfolio. We're looking at 50% to 100%. Doesn't make sense, especially when we're doing a safe, predictable trade. I love safe and predictable trades because I don't want to risk. Now, I'm 61. I'm going to be 62. I have no desire to go back to work. I've been working since 1973. So whatever money I have has to last me for the rest of my life. So fine, I don't want to take any risks. I don't. So that being said, I want something simple, something safe, something that is predictable so I know what I'm getting, and something that is consistent. Well, what do I mean by consistent? Well, I want to do it every week. See? 2 May, that's tomorrow. 9 May, these are the expirations dates. So if you don't know, these are strike prices because we're doing call options. I'm actually selling call options. Now, I do it every single week. Look at these are the contract dates. 2 May, that's tomorrow. 9 May, that's next Friday. 16 May, that's 2 Fridays away. 23 May, 3 Fridays away. 30 May, 4 Fridays away. 5 Fridays away, 6. Every single Friday, I can do one of these trades. And if I make 1% every single week, now, if you've been trading in any amount of time whatsoever, 1% should be relatively easy for 1 week. Well, I'm using a predictable, safe strategy that I created for my 9-year-old daughter. Now, usually every night I share a video of my daughter when she was 11, showing her how she traded. Okay, because she was 9 when she started, and then she just, it was simple. It was easy. That's the whole idea of it. Simple, safe, easy, predictable, consistent, and then no way for her to lose. Because we all know if a 9-year-old's going to lose, she's going to cry. Dad's going to feel like crap. Mama's going to get involved. I'm going to be sleeping on the couch. Who knows? I'm going to be bucking back in the bedroom. No, it was just a bad idea. So my 9-year-old daughter says, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? Now I'm thinking to myself, most adults don't get this. Most adults don't. Any adult, most adults don't know how to invest successfully in the stock market, consistently and predictably. That's unheard of. Well, here I am trying to teach a 9-year-old. Well, I came up with a strategy, and it's not difficult at all. Remember, it had to be simple. Let's go. We're still looking at Ford. Let's do this. All right, so it's currently at 10.22. The closest one's going to be the 10s, which is going to give us, we already said, over 2%. The 1050s is going for 24. Well, that's also 2%. So either way, I'm going to get 2%. But if I do the 1050 and the stock goes above 1050, well, I make the additional difference between 1022 and 1050, which is another 38 cents. Well, that works for me. Oh, wait a minute, that's 28 cents. 28 cents, an extra 28 cents per share. It's always per share. Whenever time we're talking stock options and you're looking at prices, it's always per share. So if you have 100 shares, well, it's that number times 100. If you have 1,000 shares, it's that number times 1,000. MPW. Wolf wants to take a look at MPW. I think I bought some of those this week. I think I did. MPW. Gotta write that one down. MPW. We got a whole list from last night we haven't finished up yet, so we're going to do those first. So I'll see if I can get to it. Are trading in crypto? Nope, not at all. John Warner, good evening, and how are you today? All right, Wolf, we'll get to that MPW in a little bit. So let's keep looking at Ford, and let's keep, going through the motions. Last 90 days, I want to see the last 90 days. There they are. Last 90 days. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Down, up, down, up. Now, we thought yesterday was a pullback, because it did pull back yesterday. But no. Let's look at the last 30. The last 30 gives me a good idea of what we can expect the next 5 or 10 days. Now, as much as I like to say I'm not jumping into Ford, well, I'm not, because to me it looks a little too risky, because you get a 30-day bottom down here, and you get 30-day top up here, and that's a big spread between the 840 and the 1040. That's a $2 move. Now, a $2 move on an $8 stock is 25%. Well, ask yourself a question. If you had an investment Brian, I'm not seeing what question you have here. Oh, Brian, Uncle James, did you get that hemlock? No, I didn't. But thank you, Brian. That's nice of you. All right. So that being said, that big jump there, 25% jump, kind of makes me want to shy away from it because it looks like this should be profit taking any day and this thing should drop. That's what it looks like. Doesn't mean that's what it's going to do. It just says that's what it looks like. I prefer, me personally, to jump into a stock when it's near the bottom, a couple of days up, and then it keeps going. I like to jump in right about here, about the third day on the upside. See, my rules don't change. They stay the same consistently. So it makes it easier that way. Captain Obvious. Santa Claus. Hola, how are you today? Bailey, what's happening? All right, so I'm going to pass on forward. MPW is the next one we want to take a look at. MPW. MPW. Because I do have some MPW. I don't have any Ford, but I have MPW. And we're going to say no to this one. I barely even looked at it. Caught it out of the corner of my eye. Okay? Here's the high. Here's the low. Look at this. Made a nice little spike up today, but then it dropped and closed way down. It is what it is. Look at the distance between the low and the high previous day. If it's more than 10%, yeah, there's a possibility there might be pullback, or also known as profit taking. Oh, encourage your viewers to share live and invite more friends. Okay, BRMR. BMR. What kind of chart are you using on it? I'm using the 1 day chart. First thing I look at is the 1 year. Okay, whole year. Next chart I use is the 90-day chart, 1 day at a time, okay? The 90-day chart, then the 30-day chart. And if it passes those three, then I go to the seasonality chart and go from there. It's not that difficult. Simple, 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 simple. Blah-irani then. Plate. You got to give me the ticker symbol because PLATE does, I don't think that's a ticker symbol at all. Anyway, MPW, I think I'm going to pass on it this time. Now, I already own some, so I'm not looking to jump into some more, especially when it looks like this. Got your profit taking today. Well, is that going to turn around tomorrow, go back up? Don't know. Oh, user 496737 wants to look at PLTR. What do you look on the chart? Here's what I'm looking for. 5 things on the chart. Any chart, every chart I want to see. Let me show you real quickly so you might grasp what we're doing. All right. Very first time I ever look at any chart, it's always the 1 year chart. It's always 1 day time frame. 1 day. Okay, the opening, the close, the high, the low, that kind of stuff. So this is the very first chart. I'm looking for 5 things, and it should take you 3 to 4 seconds to locate. It's like one of these things is not like the other. One of those things. Yeah, 5 things. It's easy to see. 1, the high. 2, the low. 3, where was it? 4, where is it? 5, what direction? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Simple. 5 things should take you 5 seconds. That's it. Once you see that, once it looks okay, not high of the year, not dead bottom of the year, but somewhere in between. And where's the flow? Follow the flow. It's kind of like a river. It goes in a certain direction. Okay? So does it make sense? Is it logical? So once we look at this, we want to find out what the number is. 514. That's the current number. Right? So what is the numbers looking like at the current number, 514? So the closest strike price to 514 is going to be the 5 or the 550. So the 5s are going for 0 to 29. That could be anything. The 550s, 3 to 5. No. Sorry, the numbers just don't look that good. Sorry. Okay, plate. I have no idea what the heck plate is. PLATE. Nothing. There's nothing there. Okay. User 46 wants to use PLTR. PLTR. No. That wasn't that quick? Did you see how quick that was? Watch, I'll show you this again. All right. Not that difficult. High, low, was, is. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up. Yeah. No. Not until she turns around and starts being in a position where I can be profitable. A, B, and B. Leo, I never even heard of that. Bill wants to take a look at Coca-Cola. Uh-oh, big man's coming. SoFi. Oh my goodness. Big man's coming. SoFi. You think so? SOFI. Interesting. High, low, was, is. Look at the motion. Up, down, up. What's going on here? Let's zoom in a little bit closer to see, is it interesting? Is there a trend, or are they breaking it up? They're breaking it up. Okay. Up, down, up. Now it's coming down. Yep. Sorry. Notice SoFi. Wasn't that quick? Don't waste this. Okay. Every week I check to see how many stocks are available to choose from. Okay. Last week there was 10,036. If there's 10,036 and one of them doesn't fit what you're looking to do, next. No sense wasting time, in my humble opinion, because tomorrow's another day. Seriously, tomorrow is another day. Hex, do you only get dividends on stocks? Do you get it on options as well? Hex, nope. You have to own the stock in order to collect the dividend. You buy an option, you get nothing. Sorry. Bill, your videos on TikTok are incredible and amazing because I watch all of them on TikTok. Bill, I seriously doubt it. I have over 1,000 videos. You can't possibly have seen them all. There's a whole bunch. Anyway, notice SoFi. Next, ABNB. Never even heard of it. ABNB. Airbnb. These things aren't 20 years old. Do they even have any dividends? Do they even have any profits? I don't know. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Down, sideways, up, sideways, up, down, up. Okay, interesting. Let's jump on in and see. Okay. Up, down, up. Keep right here. Not quite sure where it's going, but look where the bottom is. Way down here. Jumps up, pulls back. Now from 110 to 127, that's a $17 move. Not a 13% maybe? Maybe. Still over 10%. There's a possibility of pullback. Anytime there's a possibility of pullback. No, because I'm only looking for 1%. Finding it's not that difficult. I mean, there's only certain stocks that I like. Most of them are usually a no. Somebody wanted to look at Coca-Cola. KO. High, low, was, is. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down. Okay, what's going on right there? What's going on right here? Down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, sorry, missed it. Missed it. Is what it is. Let's keep on. Who do we have over here? Dicky, hello. Travis, are you a manipulator? Okay, sure, it's awesome. Thank you. Hi. You a scammer. Hamza, good evening. Thank you for that. Ooh, Himbro, smash. I have no idea what that means. Okay, and I feel bad for that. Guys giving me this terminology over here. I have no clue what you guys are talking about. Okay, it is what it is. What stocks am I thinking? Ooh, big man's coming. Here, you ready? Hope you got a pencil and paper. Big man is asking me, what stocks do I like? Well, I like the Dividend Kings. 5 decades of increased profits. I like the Dividend Aristocrats. 25 years of increased profits or increased dividends, same thing. Then you have the Dividend Champions, 25 years of increased profits. Now you might think, wait a second, Dividends Champions, both 25? Yep. The Dividend Aristocrats, they're a little bit more picky on who gets to be an aristocrat. You get the Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, 10 to 24 years of increased dividends. And then, just for the fun of it, I'm going to throw in everything on Warren Buffett's list. Because if it's good enough for old Warren, it's good enough for me. So, big man's coming. Those 5 lists I just gave you. Kings, aristocrats, champions, contenders, Buffett. Those 5 lists will give you over 300 companies that have consistently increased their profits, shared their dividends with their investors. That's you and me. Okay? Yay, baby's in the house. Yay, baby. Increased their dividends for more than 2 decades. That's 20 years. Now, you guys can figure out, what do you feel safe with? Where do you feel comfortable investing your money? Me, I only like companies that are consistently profitable. Now, for me, consistently profitable means they made more money this year than they made last year. Okay? And then next year, they're going to make more money next year than they do this year. And the only way you figure that out is by past performance. Okay? So, yeah, you got the Dividend Kings, 5 decades of consistent increase in dividends to their shareholder, or consistent increase in profits. Well, those are the companies I'm looking for, because I'm retired. I don't want to go back to work. Okay? So, what else do we have to look at today? Yay, baby's in the house. Woohoo! All right. Next on the list, you guys ran out of things to ask. Hal, how's it going? Courtney, good evening, Miss Courtney. Macy's. Okay, somebody wants to take a look at Macy's. Macy's. Okay, Macy's. High, low, was, is. Look at the motion. Up, down, sideways, down. Now it's going up. Okay, is that the bottom? You're going to make most of your money buying low and selling high. Okay, you can't get any lower than the low of the year. That was a couple of weeks ago. That's the bottom of the year for Macy's. Could it be? It looks like it. I mean, it's starting to go up. Could it turn around, come back down again? Yes, it can. But at this moment, from this point of view, it looks like here's the bottom here. Now it's going up. That's what it looks like. Only time's going to tell what it's going to continue to do. Look at the high of the year. Way up here, almost at 21. Look at the low of the year. Way down here, below 10. That is a 50% drop over the year. Well, why am I looking at it? Well, because you're going to make most of your money buying low, selling high. Well, you can't get any lower than this. Okay, now Macy's has been in business for over 100 years. 100 years in business. Okay, they got, I think, three or four offers last year. Buyout offers. And they said, I remember them saying no to the first one when the stock was around 24. I said, no, we'll buy the stocks back at 24. That's what they said at Macy's. Okay, so fine. What's going on now? Well, we're going to take a look at it in a second. Laurie, good evening. Are Dividend Kings the lower in cost? Not necessarily so. They do. Some of them do have a more affordable price than some of the other stocks. But you got to remember, ask the right question. What is it you're looking to achieve, and which set of stocks are best for that type of goal? Okay. Here, I make no. I don't hide what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 1% a week, collecting the insurance premiums for the contracts, for the option contracts. Okay, I don't buy options. I sell options. So you people out there who like to invest in options, you want to buy a good option, well, I'm the kind of guy you're buying it from, because I sell options. I don't buy them because most options expire worthless. Now, I'm pretty sure if you're an option buyer, you probably know that. You buy an option, you got 2 choices. It's going to go up or it's going to go down, one or the other. Me, I can honestly care less as long as I collect that premium money every single week. Every single stock I own or I control, whichever way you want to look at it, every single one in my control or my possession, I have weekly income coming from it. Because other than that, it doesn't make any sense to me, because that's my goal. Consistency and profitability, weekly profitability. What do we got over here? So, if you're just starting, Laurie, good evening. Nice to see you. If you're just starting, come every night. The education is free. Just ask. All you have to do is just ask a question, and you get to, I'll answer it as best I can. But you got to remember one thing. I am very specific on what I do. If you're looking to buy a stock, have it shoot through the roof and make a fortune overnight, you're in the wrong place. My strategy is extremely slow, extremely repetitive, monotonous, boring as hell, but it works. 1% every week, 10 minutes a day. What is 10 minutes a day? Think about it. 10 minutes a day is about an hour a week. Now, depending on where your account is, so if you have $10,000, right, and you spend an hour a week and get 1%, that's 1% of $1,000. Did I say 1,000? 10,000. Okay. So 1% of 10,000 is only $100. But if you spend 10 minutes a day, 1 week, that's 1 hour a week, and you made $100 up. That's $100 an hour. Well, that's pretty freaking good if you think about it. But here's the thing. If you don't touch that money and you consistently add to it, $5, $10, $20, as long as you're consistently adding to it and you're consistently doing the same thing week after week after week after week, getting just 1%, okay, 1% a week is over 50% per year. Compounded, you can double your money in 14 to 16 months. Okay, how often have you ever done that in the stock market? Okay, hold on a second. Laurie, I'm part of your group, just don't know what to buy. Laurie, I appreciate that. And why aren't you on live? You can actually ask questions live. You can take a look at stuff. Because I did send you a link to be actually live, and you can actually talk. Anyway, besides the point. I always suggest, and I don't know if you're doing this, Laurie, as a beginner, you get a paper trading account, okay? Now, I have 7 of them, and yep, one of them is a paper trading account because I still practice. I still make mistakes. I still hit the wrong button and lose money. It happens. I've been doing this for almost 30 years, and yes, every once in a while, I hit that wrong button. I did it this year. I lost, I think it was $2,500. I hit the wrong damn button, $2,500. And it was, the worst part is it was live. And everybody in the morning trading group was watching me do it. And then after I'm done with this, I said, oh shit, nobody else saw that? It is what it is. Anyway, let's keep on moving. Two-fisted drinker. That's a tea for my throat. And this is just because I'm thirsty. Isn't that weird? I'm drinking tea and water. One soothes the throat for talking too much. And the other one just because I'm thirsty. So Laurie, just my suggestion. Buy anything. Dividend King, Dividend Aristocrat, Dividend Champion, okay, Dividend Contender. Take a look at the companies that are up for consideration. And then, here we go. Let's take a look at this. MET, MetLife. Okay, this week right here. MET, MetLife. Actually, this is for next Tuesday. And think to yourself, do I know who MetLife is? Do I understand the market in which MetLife operates? I mean, they're an insurance company. They offer insurance. Well, great. Well, then start looking, what kind of cash flow do they have? What kind of market share do they have? What is their revenue? What is the revenue this year as opposed to last year, as opposed to the year before? Is it increasing? Is it decreasing? What is their book value? Do they have what it takes for you to say, you know what? This is a company I feel safe with investing my money. Now, MetLife has been around for a very long time. If they were going to screw people out of their money, they probably already did it. Or they probably, for some strange reason, they're still going, whatever it is. Maybe they're a great company. I don't know. I just take a look at the numbers. Okay, are they consistently profitable? Do they have weekly options? What is their book value? What is their earnings per share this year as compared to last? You know, information like that. Once you find out that information, well, fine. Do you like the company or not? And then how much of your money do you want to put into it? Now, just starting out, I always tell people, monopoly, paper trade, There are, as a matter of fact, Think or Swim does have paper trading scenario where you can trade stocks with monopoly money. It's no risk. You're just wasting your time, but you're not really wasting your time because you're learning a new skill. Now, I know 1% doesn't sound exciting, but do you want to sit in front of your computer all day, or do you want to hang out with your kids, your dog? You want to go jogging? You want to go biking, mountain biking? There's other things to do other than trying to figure out your finances. But don't be like everyone else. They spend more time planning a family barbecue than they do on their personal finances. I'm just saying, once you understand it, once you grasp it and say, oh, that's easy, because it was created for a 9-year-old. It had to be easy. Once you understand that, it's like, okay, I can take 5 or 10 minutes out of my day. What's my account right now? What's my current situation? What's up for consideration? What's going to be available this week? And does it look good? It's not that difficult. It's not that hard. You take a look at a chart, and it's pretty easy to see the high, the low, where was it, where isn't, what's the motion? Look, up, down, up, down, up. It's not that difficult. Where does it look like it's going to go in the next couple of weeks? Well, if you think of it kind of like a sleigh ride, look at this. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, however you want to equate it, it looks like it's going up. Now, is that guaranteed? No. There's only 3 guarantees in life, and I almost guarantee most of you know 2 of them. I'm not quite sure if anybody knows the third one. I wonder who knows the third. What's the third guarantee in life? Okay, so John wants to take a look at ADM. ADM. Advanced, no, AMD's Advanced Micro Device. ADM would be Archer Daniel Midland. Ooh, that's a good one. With ADM and AMD. It sounds almost the same. AMD, ADM. Say ADM, it's a different company. Archer Daniel Midland. There we go. Here we go. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, well, that looks like a no. Look at this. Zoom in really close. What do you think? Down, here's the 30-day bottom. Here's your 30-day top. And over here, we have a pressure front lumping in. And by the end of the weekend, we'll have some rain in this section right. Kind of feels like that, doesn't it? The high's right here last week. Now it's coming back down. You can only have one 30-day high. You can only have one 30-day low. Because once it gets to a certain height, look at the distance between the bottom and the top. That's how big the mountain is, how big the hill is. Okay? So from 41 to 49 is $8. $8 on a $40 stock is 20%. So $8 on a $41 stock might be 18, 19%. That's a big jump. 18, 19%. Well, of course there's going to be profit taken. There's usually profit taken over 10%, but this is 20. Yeah, that's going to be profit taken. Anyway, Laurie, I do paper trading. I guess I just want to start with real money with you. Busy lady, what do you study or teach in your morning class? Exactly what you're seeing now. But in the morning class, it's actually live, or actually trading 3 live accounts in the morning. And you get to ask questions. I get to take a look at your account and give you my opinion. I can't tell you what to do, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll say, well, if you do this, this could happen. If you do this, this could happen. If you do nothing, this could happen. Sometimes people need that in order to say, you know what? I want to dip my toe in before I dive in. So to have somebody walk beside you and look over your shoulder while you're doing it, sometimes it's worth it to some people. You know, other people just, take it or leave it. But that's what we do on the morning classes. We do other trading strategies also, not just this one. But here, it's just this one because I got to draw the line somewhere. You know, I have to stop, say, all right, I'm giving enough way. Is what it is. Alrighty. And we're almost caught up. Disappointment. Mark's got it, right? The 3 guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and disappointment. Think about it. Okay? You're almost guaranteed that you're going to die. you're almost guaranteed that you are going to be taxed to death. And number 3, almost guaranteed you're going to be disappointed at some point in life. Here's your 3 guarantees: death, taxes, and disappointment. That's my saying. You can use it if you want, but just remember where it came from. I never heard that before. I made that shit up. Free meme skids. Good evening. Penny, good evening. Ken from Clee. Big Cheese. Big Cheese is in the house. Yay, Big Cheese. All right, anyway. That's ADM, Archer Daniel Midland. All right, unfortunately, I do like Archer Daniel Midland. I do like the company. Don't get me wrong. It's just not this week. See, look, you get the top right there. She's coming back this way. How long is it going to take before it gets to a point where it turns, comes down, finds a point, and then turns, go back up? So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm thinking 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to write ADM for 2 to 3 weeks from today. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Hey, Steve, what's happening? What are we looking at? ADM. ADM. There we go. All right. So that's ADM. So let's go back to the list because you guys get nothing up here. I just got you what you were learning. Oh, JJ, thank you. I'm not quite sure if that's good or not, JJ. All right, so free meme. Do I like Cube or Verizon better? Well, let's check it out. What do we think of Cube? C-U-B-E. Nope. That was quick, wasn't it? Now, Verizon's on my list. Okay? High, low, is. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up. 43.30. The 43s. Gotta move this over so we can see it better. 43.50. 44. The 44s go for 25, 29. No. Unfortunately, Verizon, don't get me wrong, I like the company Verizon. Okay, very rarely do they not have good premiums. But this week, not that great. And besides, what are we looking at here? Yeah, that don't look that promising. Up, down, up, down, up. Now she's coming back down again. Yeah, I'm going to say no. Not this week. So neither one, Cube or Verizon, but definitely not Cube. See, Verizon is on my list. Okay, they've been around for a long time. Well, they were a Marbell a long time ago. They just kept on changing names. Anyway, besides the point. Next on the list. JJ, what are we learning? JJ, what we're learning here is investing for weekly cash flow using a safe, predictable, consistent 1% strategy that was created for a 9-year-old little girl. So my assumption is almost everybody in the audience should be able to go, oh, that's easy, because it is. Adults have a tendency to make things more complicated than it needs to be. Johnny, what's happening, boy? Johnny boy. Okay, so next on the list, EPD. EPD, what the heck is EPD? EPD. How about I go to do this? EPD. Enterprise Products. Enterprise Product Partners. Well, let's go back to Yahoo Finance. I got to find what I'm looking for. Tra-la-la. Alrighty. So what are we looking for? All right. Sorry, I'm just getting the financial website up and running. I always tell people, if you're going to be investing, if you're serious, you really got to have a financial website at your fingertips. Whether you use Google Finance, Yahoo Finance, Global Finance, what's that other one? CBOE, NASDAQ, NYSE, whatever you want to, whatever financial website you want to use. Fine. Pick one. Learn where everything is. Okay, so what are we looking at the moment? That's Apple. No, we wanted to take a look at EPD. Was that right? Yeah, EPD. EPD. Let's look it up. Okay. Hey, just peeking over the fence from crypto land. What kind of indicators do you like using? Oh, Z-Sky 1, 2, 3. The indicators I like to use. Are you ready for this? This is going to kill you. Are you ready? 2 decades of profitability. 2. And weekly options. That's it. That's the only 2 criteria I use. And then I just look at the chart, tells me yes or no. Easy, right? I know. Imagine that. EPD. Why isn't this working? Oh, there it is right there. Oh, check that out. A dividend of 7.16%. Now, that's the best I've seen in a long time, 7.1%. Okay. Well, let's go to historic data and see how often do they increase. Okay, so their dividends, how often do they increase them? Well, let's find out. Because if I'm going to invest my money, I want to make sure, okay, I want to make sure that I'm getting a nice return every single week. What the heck is that? I hate that new YouTube thing, that new Yahoo thing. It just pops up, covers everything. Gail, good evening, Miss Gail, and how are you today? All right, here we are. EPD. First thing I want to look at is how often do they increase their dividends? All of them. 1998. Ooh, let's go far back. 17, 16, 14. Cool. Okay, here we go. 20 years ago. 2005. Here we go. 20 years ago. 2005. 20. 20 and a half, 21, 21 and a half, 21.9, 22, 22.65, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 33, 35, 30. Holy cow, I like this. 43, 44, 45, 47, 49, 51, 52. Oh, shit. I like that one. EPD. Okay. I like it. Did you notice that? Every single wing, every single dividend is higher and higher and higher for more than 20 years. Well, hell yeah. Let's take a look. All right. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, sideways, up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on here? Doesn't look good, but let's zoom in. Okay, a year ago, we're at 27.85. The bottom of the year is at 27. The top of the year, 34. Okay, last 90 days. Okay, sideways, big drop, up, and then pull back. This doesn't look good here. But let's zoom in a little closer, see what we're looking at. Because we're looking for patterns and we're looking for something that makes sense. All right, 30-day high. 30-day bottom, comes up, starts pulling back. Look at this. Did it stop right here and start to turn around? Don't know, but we're going to look at this thing tomorrow. See, I like 2 days the upside after a bottom. You got a bottom right here, which is yesterday. Well, today's a little bit higher. Well, it's a higher bottom. Could be bouncing up. Don't know. Could be going down, but it could be going back up. So tomorrow will be more of the next step in this equation. So you have all these equations. You have this going to equal that. This going to equal that. So if something's missing, and what's missing here is 2 more days. So in 2 more days, it looks like Monday or Tuesday would be a good time, possibly, to jump into EPD. All righty. Scotty Young, good evening, good evening. All right, next on the list, Zim. Now, I'm pretty sure Zim doesn't have any dividends. Interesting. Let's try that again. Okay, high, low, was, is. Look at all that nice, neat, fun stuff. Okay, a year ago, we're at 1355. The high of the year back in the end of November was 3011. Okay, last 90 days looks something like that. Okay, up, down, up. Okay, interesting. Can it keep on going from here and keep going up? I don't know. Let's zoom in a little closer, see what it looks like. $30 days. Here's the high, here's the low. Look at it shoot up. I'm going to say no, because look at that distance between the 11 and the 15. That's $4. $4 on an $11 stock. Yeah, that's just a little bit over 40%. That's a big move from here to there. So more than likely, profit taking is in line somewhere. So we'll just keep that in mind and wait for it to move again. Zim. Next on the list. Now this one, I already said it's going to be a no, but take a look. UPXI. Never even heard of it. Yeah, hell no. CEP. Somebody asked me, what do I think of CEP? I'm thinking to myself, what the heck is CEP? Oh, hell no. Phillip 66. That's a good one. PSX. High, low, was, is. Look at this. Down, up, down, up. What's going on here? Looks like it might be turning the wrong direction. So let's take a look at it. Hex, I'm looking at stocks on the lower cost side. How about ORC? Give me a second. We'll throw ORC in the mix. Might not get to it tonight, but tomorrow night we will. Wait a minute. Wait. Tomorrow's Friday. I take Friday nights off. Yeah, for me. Okay, anyway. No, not for me. All right, this is like a Friday night for me. So, anyway, let's keep on going. A year ago, wait a second, wait. Oh, holy shit. Sorry. Before I move on, I want to take a look at the numbers. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw this 103. Well, the 103 is going for 275. The 104 is going for 225. The 105 is going for 175. The 106 is going for 140. Almost every single one is giving you more than 1%. What does a stock have to do? Basically nothing. It all works. All looks good. All right, so anyway, let's take a gander. Take a gander. Okay, a year ago, we're sitting at 140.74. The high of the year, there it is right there, 150.39. Now, from that, the bottom was a couple of weeks ago, 90.74. And that was on the 8th of April. Was that 3 weeks ago? Something like that. All right, well, last 90 days, all right, about there. Okay, high, low, was, is. Look at this, up, down, up. What's going on here? Looks like it's turning to the downside. Because the funny thing with stocks, they go up, they go down, okay? They go up, they turn around, come back down. They turn around, go back up. They turn around, go back down. They turn around, go back up. That's all they do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. So right here, it looks as if it's turning around, coming back down. Because from 90 to 107, that's a big jump. So yeah, there's going to be profit taking. Is it profit taking? Is it a correction? You can call it whatever you want. The way I look at it, if I bought it down here and it jumps up 5 or 10%, yeah, I'm going to take my profit and say thank you very much. I'll see you the next time you have a setup like this. because it happens every couple of weeks. If you take a look at the chart and go backwards and forwards, look, it happened right here. It happened right here. If we go back further, it happened here. It happened here. Oh, it happened here. You can keep going back. Finally go back. Look, it happened here. It happened here. It happened here. It happened here. It happens all the time. They go up, they go down. That's it. Okay? They go up, they go down. They go up, they go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go. That's all they do. If you find a good company, one you like, it doesn't take that long. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down. Well, I'm looking for a new bottom. I'll wait for it to turn around and go back up before I jump in. It's that quick. It could take you 3 to 4 seconds. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. You either like the company or you don't. We're buying it specifically. I'm buying it specifically for the weekly cash flow. If the weekly cash flow looks right, sounds right, feels right, and I like the company, Phillip 66, I know who they are. I know what they do. They've been around for decades. Okay, I grew up in the 50s. Oh, no, I grew up in the 60s and 70s. But Phillip 66 has been around ever since I was little. I know who they are. So I have no problem investing my money into Phillip 66. What do I think about ORC? ORC. Orchard Island Capital is a no. Okay, so Hex, you're relatively new, so I'm going to cut you some slack. I don't like monthly options. 16 May, 20 June, 18 July, 17 October. Those are months of the year. That means I can only trade those once a month. Once a month means 12 to 24% a year. Yeah, no thank you. I prefer a stock that has weekly options. No to this one. Sorry. All right, you guys running out of questions? Holy cow. All right, so what do we have next? STZ. I have no idea what STZ is. Somebody asked me that yesterday. Constellation Brands. Okay. STZ. How often does this company increase their dividends? Let's find out. $2015. That means this company's only 10 years old. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind, but I don't do companies that are only 10 years old. I like 2 decades. That's 20 years. This is only 10 years old. Oh, Vegas tonight. I'm all in it on Misty. Pay 7% per month dividend. Alrighty then. Vegas tonight. Let's take a look at it and tell me what you think. MSTY. Now, I love it when people just jump into a stock and don't do a lot of research. Now, I'm not insulting you any means, way, shape, or form, okay? But let's take a look at the actual numbers for MSTY. Okay? MSTY goes all the way back to April 4th, 2024. So that makes it 1 year old. 1 year and 3 days, something like that. It's a 1 year old company. Well, let's look at the numbers. 412, okay, 412. Then it goes to 252. Wait a second, hold on. If the first dividend is $4.12, why is the second one almost half at 252? Now, I don't know about you guys. Okay, I didn't go to college. I admit that. I'm sorry. I'm not a college graduate, but I do know. If you're at $4 and then you decrease it almost 50% to $2.50, that's going backwards. That's not making more money. Okay? So 412 to 252, that's backwards. Then it goes to 303. Then it goes back to 233. Then it goes to 194, then to 185. This thing keeps going backwards and backwards. And you think it's good? Hey, more power to you. However, check this out. You're going to love this one. Because everybody loves this one until they realize exactly what it means. So we're going to go to the summary and find out what the numbers look like. Now, it's a year old. Okay? This company is 1 year old. Now, I hate that stupid thing. Why is that there? Okay. Now, when I show you this number, you're going to be all excited for a whole 3 or 4 seconds until you come to the realization exactly what it means. Okay? So, a yield is a rate of return. So if I put in a certain amount, I get a certain amount back plus some interest. Well, the interest is also known as the yield or the return. Well, take a look at this. Okay? Misty is paying 163%. Now, it sounds great, doesn't it? But ask yourself a question. No, seriously, ask yourself a question. How can anyone possibly pay more money than you make? Okay, so if I'm this company and I make $100,000 profit, well, great. Now I'm paying out $163,000 in dividends. So if I make 100 grand or I make 100 million, I'm dishing out 163. Where is that 63% coming from? You cannot. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good for suckers. And I hate to say that to people because there's no possible way on God's green earth you can give away more than you make. If you make 100 and you're giving away 163, the math just doesn't work. Someone's getting screwed somewhere. Okay? It's only 1 year old. You think you know where that money's coming from? It's coming from the new investors because there's no way possible you can give away more money than you make without eventually going broke. The money's got to come from somewhere. Okay? Now, imagine you're working a year of your life for 150 grand. So you make 150 grand a year. Great. Well, now you got to give away 200 and something. You're giving away more than you're making. It just doesn't make sense. And why do you think they do that? They do that to suck you in to buy the share and to give them your money. And eventually, you saw the dividends. They're not consistent. They don't consistently go up. They go all over the place. So no, I don't like Misty. I don't like companies that are only 1 year old. That's like giving the keys to your brand new Lamborghini to a toddler. It doesn't make. All right, never mind. Next. Sorry, I don't like it because someone's getting screwed in that, and I don't know who it was. Lloyd. Ooh. I tried to do the Estee Lauder trade at open this morning, and Schwab kicked it out. So ended up with 0 TT. I have no idea what TT means. Okay? I mean, I could come up with a bunch of words with TT. I know what that means that. Now, I'm not 100% sure why it kicked it out because it shouldn't have if you put it in correctly. Okay? Here's Estee Lauder. Okay? So, Estee Lauder, the high is here a year ago. The low is a couple of weeks ago. She drops, big drop down, sideways, back again. Now she's going up. Okay. Now, I did jump in and I did buy some Estee Lauder because the numbers just looked good. That's the only reason I bought it. The numbers looked good. Okay, the high of the year, 140. Currently below 50. From 140 to below 50. That is more than a 70% drop. That's a big-ass drop. All right, so let's see the numbers. A year ago was the high of the year, 141. The bottom of the year is 48. That's a huge drop. Look at the last 90 days. Okay, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, sideways, down, up, uh-oh. Looks like it's turning right here. Well, let's take a closer look at it. Last 30 days, right there. Okay, 30 days ago, here's your top, bottom, now it's going up. It looks like it's stalling, but look at the count from here, from 48 to 60, that's 12 bucks. That's a 25% increase. 25% increase, yeah, it's gonna be profit taking. Great, wait for it to come back before you jump in. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down for 2 weeks because I like Estee Lauder. Now, let's take a look at the trade that you said it didn't work this morning. So, currently it's at 58.89. So the closest strike price to 58.89 is going to be the 59. 58.89, the closest one, 59. It's simple. All right, so let's do one. Let's do a practice covered call on Estee Lauder and see what it looks like. Get that out of the way. Go right to here, covered call, Estee Lauder at 59, right there. Okay, just do one contract so we don't scare people off with big numbers. Okay, now I would be interested in seeing what the trade you put on this morning. Because anytime I do a trade, when I'm entering into one, I always do a market order, confirm and send. This is what it sounds like and this is what it looks like. Buy one covered call of Estee Lauder, 100, that is the weekly. 9 May 25, which means it's going to expire next Friday afternoon at market close. The $59 call option against the stock, Estee Lauder, at the market to open to open. Now the reason it says to open, gotta turn my fan on. It's medium low, okay. Turn my fan on, it's getting a little warm in here. It's kind of weird, it's like I'm in the same room, hot, cold, hot, cold. Anyway. Here's the trade. I always tell people, read it out loud before you hit the final submit button. Because as soon as you hit that final submit button, you're committing to buying it. Okay? Now, read it out loud to make sure it sounds right. Because your eyes and your little fingers may get a little confused, and it is as silly as it may sound. Okay? At some point, every beginner trader hits the wrong button. Seriously, you buy something instead of selling it. You buy too many shares instead of selling too many shares. Okay? Either way, at some point, you will hit the wrong button. Now, a lot of probably shaking your head, nah, I ain't gonna do it. Everybody does it. I haven't met a single person yet who has not mistakenly hit the wrong button buying or selling a stock. It happens. So let me tell you what you do if and when that happens. I should say when that happens. As soon as you realize you hit the wrong button, you pick up the phone immediately and call your broker. Dude, I just made a mistake. Can you fix it? If you can call in fast enough, they will fix it for you. But they all have a time frame. Okay? After 15 minutes, too bad. After an hour, ain't happening. Okay? You got to call immediately. Now, call immediately. If you get, in the queue, your wait time is 35 minutes. Stay on the phone because that time is recorded. Okay? So, make sure if you make a mistake, call immediately. Okay, can we look at Coca-Cola? Bill, I think we already looked at Coca-Cola, didn't we? Oh, wait a second. Let me finish up with the numbers here. Okay? Buying the stock, selling somebody the right to buy it from me for basically the exact same price I just paid for it. It sounds kind of silly. Buy it for $100, sell it for $100. What do I make out of it? I make the insurance premium. Think of me as insurance. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I'm not a stock trader. I'm an insurance salesman. I sell call option insurance. Basically, a call option is an insurance policy. Okay, an insurance policy, you need 4 things. Beginning date, ending date, an agreement amongst the two people, you're buying, I'm selling, and consideration, money, handshake, a nod, whatever, an agreement between two parties. 4 things, beginning date, ending date, the actual agreement, okay? I'm buying this stock, You're buying the option from me. I'm selling you the option. This is what it means. Do you agree? Yes. Great. Pay me some money. Seal the deal. It is a legal binding contract. Call options, put options. They are insurance premiums. They are insurance policies. Okay, they were originally intended. If you own a bunch of stock and you thought it was going to go down, you would buy a put option, an insurance policy. So if and when the stock dropped, the option would increase in value. So you didn't lose any money. That's what they were originally created for. Well, we kind of twisted them around a little bit, didn't we? Okay, so just think of me as an insurance salesman. I'm looking for collecting the insurance premiums, $125 on this particular contract. I buy it for $100, I sell it for $100, I collect the premium, which is usually 1% or more. And I'm okay with that because that 1% or more every single week comes to over 50% per year, and I'm okay with that. Okay? I'm not looking to retire on 1 or 2 trades. To me, this is just a part of my lifestyle. I wake up in the morning, I spend 10 or 15 minutes on my own personal account. That's it, 10 or 15 minutes. And then the other 23 hours and 15 minutes, 23 hours and 45 minutes, I do whatever I want. A lot of time I sleep. And catch up. I've been working since 1973. I just retired a year and a half ago. I don't know. Anyway, let's get up the calculator and see what kind of rate of return this is. Calculator. Here we go. Bring it over to this screen over here. Over there. Let's go. Over. There you go, right there. Okay, clear. First thing we want to do, see what the profit is. Maximum profit, $125. Remember I said simple, safe, predictable. I know exactly what I'm making before I even do it. Now, the simplest strategy is just buying the stock, but there's no profit there until you sell something. So by just buying the stock, now you have to sell something. Stock goes up, you sell it. There's your profit. Well, with a covered call, the stock doesn't have to move at all. It can stay the exact same, and I'll still make money off of it. That's the beauty of an insurance policy, also known as a call option or a covered call. They have a lot of different words for it, but it is an insurance policy. Anyway, profit, $125. $125. And then to find out the rate of return, you take your profit and you divide it by your investment. Well, what is this investment? Well, cost of trade, including commissions and fees, $5,775. So let's divide that out. Now, if you're thinking you're going to lose that money, no, you're not going to lose that money. That money is buying you 100 shares of this company. Now, I got 5 simple rules, and rule number 1 is never buy something you don't want to hold on to for the rest of your life. If it doesn't make sense to you, if you don't know who they are, if they don't have 20 years of profits, if they don't have options, no, and no. Okay, that's just me. You guys can do whatever you want, and that's perfectly okay. That's what makes the beauty of the world go round and round. Everybody gets to do whatever they want, as long as you don't interrupt someone else's right to do whatever they want. And we know the difference. All right, anyway, so $125 is the profit. It's going to cost $57.75. Let's divide it out and find out what the rate of return is. $57.75, and that equals a grand total of 2.16%. Now, that's just for 1 week. So think about that in your head for a second. 2.16% for 1 week, Estee Lauder. Okay, number 1, does it make sense? Number 2, do I like this company? Number 3, do I like this company at this price? Okay, that's a big question. Okay, do I like the company? Fine, but do I like it at this price? Am I willing to hold on to it and do a covered call every single week to get that cash flow rolling in? Well, if it's giving me 2.16% for the first week, great. I wonder what they're going to give me for the next week. So here's how it works. Considering I'm selling the $59 option, which means whoever bought the stock from the stock option from me has the right to buy the stock from me at $59 anytime between When they pay for it, I receive the money. And when the option expires. In this example here, it is the 9 May 2025. Now that is next Friday at 3:59 p.m. because at 4 p.m. the stock market closes and that option is worthless unless you do something. SBBQ, good evening, good evening. So you need to ask yourself, do you like the stock? Are you willing to buy it and hold on to it for however long it takes to hit that strike price? Well, the strike price, stock is currently at 58.89. Well, how far away is the 59? And is it in an upward trend at the moment? Is it going sideways or is it going down? Well, we looked at the chart and the chart's telling us it's going up. If, always comes back to that, if. It's a big word, if you like the company. Never buy something you don't like or you don't want to hold on to. If you ever hear yourself, oh, I got this piece of crap stock, well, you shouldn't have bought it in the first place. That's number one. Never buy something you don't understand or you don't want to hold on to. Okay, next, let's go to the next one. Vegas Town, Lloyd, tried Estee Lauder. Okay, Vegas Town, we're going to take a look at that. Hold on a second. Okay, Lloyd, you tried the Estee Lauder trade. Now, I'm not quite sure why yours got kicked out. Now, and the only thing I could help out with was to actually see what the order looked like. Okay, because I understand the context of what you're saying, but I'm not actually seeing exactly what you did for that to transpire. Okay? So your trade didn't go through for some reason or another. Okay, I can't tell other than what you're saying. Scotty Cook, what's happening, Scotty? All right, so Espiro. Okay, Felix, did he have cash to buy the stock? Could be why it got rejected. That could very well be why it got rejected. I don't know. But from what he's saying is one thing, and what I experience is another. So without seeing the picture and why it got rejected, I can't speculate one way or the other. A lot of things could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Uh-oh. Holy shit, I got 99 questions over here. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, what do we have over here? I did a market order. Market order. Okay. Your screen is flipped on TikTok. Oh, well, hold on a second. Hold a second, it shouldn't be. There we go. Alrighty. I already did a market order. Laurie, good evening. Price changed quick, so I bowed out until another day. Oh, well, that would do it too. Fake account. Bro can't even record his voice and do a better job pretending to be him. Okay, 10x charting. Clues of what that means. Ooh, do I like hood stock? I'm going to take a look at it. 10x chart says lazy. Hey, it's my first hater of the night. If I don't have enough haters, thank you for showing up. I'm doing something wrong. Okay, I'm not reaching enough people if I don't have enough haters. Oh, crap, I'm wrong. Are you wrong? What are you wrong about, dude? Okay. Pepsi, thoughts on Pepsi. Give me a second. Hold on, Pepsi. PEP. I got 100 questions over on the other one. All right, so let's get out of here for a second. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there. Let's go back to here and right there. All right, cool. He has to sign an option agreement also. Oh, yeah. Mux Capital said another reason you could have got tossed out is it got tossed out. Did you sign an option agreement? Because you have to be qualified to do certain option trades. Okay, so it's not always the case. Okay, so I get 99 questions. So I was wondering why the questions are coming so slow, and this one is like they stopped. I'm looking down and said, holy shit, there's over 100 questions. Let's get busy. All right. There are two accounts Yep, I'm so confused. I see you on 2 different accounts right now. Yep. Well, you're seeing 2 different accounts. Dude, I get 7 or 8. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Oh, what's down here? Down here is another YouTube channel. Holy shit, that's 3 YouTube channels. 3 YouTube channels. What's that? Rumble and Twitch. Okay, anyway, let's keep on going. So that's Estee Lauder. I like Estee Lauder. Thank you, charting. All right, where are we? Okay, so now I'm about to go look into the 99 questions on TikTok. Sorry, man, I thought someone was stealing your content. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, last I checked, I think there was 36. 36 people pretending to be me, which is, I'm working on it. I know one guy has like 100 people pretending to be him. Monk's Capital. Okay, got that one. John, do you think the paper trading Thinkorswim is similar to the actual trading on Thinkorswim? Holy cow. All right, so give me a second. Give me a second. I'm looking up something here. Okay, what are we looking at there? 2May, get rid of that one. And that one is Estee Lauder, EL. Okay, so who just asked that question? Okay, the problem with paper trading on time, the entry and exit prices aren't always precise. Okay, John Werner, do you think paper trading Thinkorswim fills are similar to the actual Thinkorswim account? Okay. Do you see this one right here? It says simulated trading. Whoops, wait a minute, just do this right there, right about there, right about there, right about there. And let's do this right here. And you ready? Okay, watch. Okay, see that screen right there? Look at it closely. Okay, I'm going to drag over this one right here. Isn't that the exact same thing? Okay. This is a live account. The other one was a paper trading account. I got 7 accounts, and one of them is a paper trading account. And yes, all the numbers are extremely similar. Okay, you and I can press the buttons at the exact same time, buying the exact same stock, and we will probably get different fills. Okay, there's no way to test the difference between a paper trading account and a live trading account. Okay, so I got 2 accounts. One's paper trading, one's real. Hit enter on both of them at the exact time. They will have different fills. Okay, and it's not always what you think. This one's higher than that one's higher than this one. It's always different. Kate Rolad, is that right? Good evening, Miss Kate. How are you today? Cool beans, cool beans. Alrighty, so don't. Okay, your TikToks are incredible. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Come on, here we go. Oh, wow, I missed all these questions. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. I'm just catching up with these questions over here on Tickety-tockety. Hey, James. This is Dividend Stock Talk brought to you by the 10 minute. Okay, wait a second. That's at the very beginning. That's me talking. Don't want to see that. I've already seen myself. Okay, A, B, B. Ooh, here we go. Here's where we left off. Oh, Hayes says, where do I want SoFi to be? Listen closely, I want SoFi to be in someone else's account, not mine. I don't like it, doesn't have dividends, it's not old enough, it just doesn't fit. Sorry, I'm very particular. I want companies that have 20 years of consistent profitability. SoFi's not there. So Michael wants to take a look at Mickey D's. Ishmia Moore, good evening, good evening. Mickey D's, MCD, let's see what we got. Oh, interesting. High, low, is, look at this, down, up, down, up. Okay, what's going on here? Well, that's what we want. We want McDonald's, right? Oh, nope. See that right there? 30-day bottom, 30-day high. Now it's coming backwards. Yeah, no thanks to McDonald's. Okay, user 49673771203. You want to take a look at Google? How about no? Google has 1 year of dividends. Only one. They've been in business for a while. What, just recently they decided to share their profits? 1 year of dividends? Yeah, no thank you. NEE, next here, I like that one, NEE. Here we go, the high, the low, the was, the is. Look at this, up, down, sideways, down, up. Okay, so 66, the 66 is go. I got to change that. Hold that thought. The 66 is going for 122. That's almost 2%. Okay, 66, 122. 2%. I love 2% a week. 2% a week comes to over 100% a year. That's doubling your money every year for 10 minutes of your time. Think about it. If, no matter what age you're at, if 10 minutes a day, 1 hour a week, you can double your money every year, how quickly would you get to your retirement? Well, I'm already retired, so mine is a little bit different than yours. Now, I'm not saying that you're guaranteed to double your money. I'm just saying there are other ways out there to invest. Simply, safely, predictably, consistently. That's, I keep coming back to that because that's what I'm looking for. All right. It's 6:27. Oh, Bill, it's 10:30 here. All right. Next here. High, low, was, is. Look at the moving. We already did that. 66, we did that. What's going on here? Let's zoom in close and see what that looks like. This thing's just going sideways. Okay? Up, down. There's your high. There's your low. Came up to here. Now it's just going sideways. It's very difficult to read something like that. I just sit and watch it and see what happens because I can't tell which way it's going. I mean, it's very slow to the upside because you get the bottom down here at 62. Okay, and it's slowly going up. But we got a high 69. But, it is going sideways, but slightly to the upside. If you like next chart, I'm going to pass on it because it's no strong direction. Next. ARM. Wait, what the heck is ARM? ARM. Well, duh. ARM. What the hell are they? All right, let's see how many dividends this thing pays out. ARM. Now, I've never heard of it, so anytime I see a stock that I've never heard of, I want to take a look at the financials. I want to see what the current yield is. What is the book value? What is the revenue per share? How many shares do they get out there? What are the profits? What are the numbers looking like? Okay, you shouldn't buy anything until you understand it all. So the summary for ARM, there's no dividends. That's why I've never heard of it. Okay, forward dividend and yield, nothing. Yeah, I'm going to say no thank you. No to ARM. Never heard of them. Okay, if it doesn't fit, it's a no. Isn't that simple? All right, we already did NEE. We already did McDonald's. Hayes, so where you want the stock to be, up or down? I think I already answered that question, okay? If you're going to buy a stock, okay, I don't want to buy as it's dropping. I only want to buy when it's found the bottom and it turn around, go back up. Okay, if it just stays the same, goes nowhere, fine. Going up, fine. Going down, no. Okay, now once you jump in, well, you're basically in. So look, if I jump in here, it goes up. I have to decide at what point do I want to get out. Now, I've said all along, I'm looking for 1%. So if I go here, I'm looking for 1%. So I sell a covered call, collect my 1%. Great. On Friday, I decide, do I want to roll it forward to get a little bit more profits, another 1% for the second week? Well, what are the numbers telling me? Well, the numbers are pretty simple. They're right here. Okay? If I'm selling it, what am I getting? Okay, right now it's at 115. The 115s are going for 655. The 116s are going for 610. These are some nice numbers. Okay? But here's the thing. Am I okay with owning that company? That's the big one. Okay? And if it goes up, great. But how many times can I push it up before at some point it doesn't work anymore? Now, I have some US Steel. I jumped in at 41. Let's take a look at US Steel. Okay, this one's a no. Not sure if you figured that one out yet or not. Okay, so here's US Steel. Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So what's going on an uptrend right now? Now, I jumped in at 41, which is right here. Now, I jumped in at 41 months ago. Every week, okay? Every week, I would sell an option against my position. And every week, it would give me 2, sometimes 3, most of the time 1.5%. Okay, percent every single week. But this week, look at where we are now. We're at 43. Now remember, I jumped in at 41 and I sold the options. Okay, so now I have to move it forward into next week because Friday option expires and I got to do something because I sold the 41 and the market maker can take it away from me. And I don't want that to happen. So what's going to happen is I got to decide, okay, am I getting an additional 1% for next week? Well, it just so happens that I'm not. So I'm going to let it go bye-bye and I'll be back into cash on Monday. So all my US Steel will be gone on Monday morning and then I start looking for something else. But I'm going to look at US Steel again in 2 weeks because here's your high and it drops and then it shoots up again. Well, what's going to happen now? Well, today already had a pullback because today already had a new high. Now it's going to come down. So as soon as it comes down and as soon as these numbers start looking good again, well, then I'll jump into it again. Because I look at it all the time because I like it. Find the companies that you like. Find out where the movement is. So yeah, I won't be looking at US Steel next week. Okay, but I'll look at it in 2 weeks because it's going to take about a week for it to come back down again. Okay, and then 2 weeks, it should be somewhere hypothetically around here. And when it is, then I'll wait for the turn. See the turn? Okay? It drops, it turns, it goes back up. It drops, it turns, it goes back up. Okay? Then it gets to the top, it turns, it goes back down. Okay? That's what I'm looking for right here. And as soon as I find it, I'll jump in again. But Monday, all that money I had into US Steel is going to be back to cash, and I'll have to find something else to buy on Monday. Now, I don't want to get rid of my US Steel, but it's no longer paying the bills. It's kind of like that relative that's overstayed its welcome. You know, they used to go out and rake the lawn, take the dog for a walk, dump the trash, and just do everything because they're so happy to be around. Now they're getting comfortable, and it's like, all right, you're not turning a profit, time for you to leave. Interesting way of looking at it. It's happened to me several times. You know, you go to hang out with your friend for a couple of weeks and says, hey, how long are you staying? That's my cue to leave. My uncle did the same thing for me, my godfather. Okay, so I go out to California hanging out with my uncle. And after 2 weeks, you know, his hospitality says, so, how long you guys staying? That's my cue to leave. Think about it, okay? You're around, you pitch in, you help out. If you're good and you continuously give profits, yeah, you hang around longer. At the point where you're no longer profitable, it's time for you to leave. Oh, I got to get the t-shirt on that one. It's time for you to leave. It's time for you to leave. I'm going to get a t-shirt with that one on. I'll put that one down in the shopping cart in case you guys want that one. That's a no. What the hell were you thinking? Or stop. Wait, it gets worse. And that other good one. It's time for you to leave. Do you own Apple? No, I don't own any Apple. Let's take a look at Apple. AAPL. Apple is one of those stocks that just always goes up. We're going to take a quick look at it. You ready? Here we go. High low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, sideways, up, down, up. Simplified, right? You don't have to get all the movements, just, the broad strokes to give you an idea. So it is in an upward trend. Great. Let's check out the numbers. Currently, we're at 213. All right, let's take a look at this again. Currently, the last trade is 213. The last trade during market hours, 213. Okay, look at what it's at now. It's at 206. So after hours, Apple has dropped. So that gives me a kind of an uncomfortable feeling. What am I going to do tomorrow? Okay. Well, if it's at 206, none of these, oh my goodness, what the hell is that? If it's currently at 206, because these are after hours, these numbers here, everything else is going to change first thing in the morning. But I can't use any of these numbers. 206, well, it'll be right here, right, $10 a share. But those are those are different numbers. Anyway, do I like it? Well, let's take a closer look at the chart. Last 90 days, okay? Up, down, up, down, up. Well, it looks pretty damn good, don't it? But, take a look at this. Bottom was on the 7th of April, okay? Up, pulled back, a new bottom right there on the 21st. So you have two solid weeks of going up. Do you honestly think that Apple's got 3 weeks in it? I don't know. Does it? Where's the bottom? 290. Where's that now? 213. So 190 to 213 is $23. $23 on a $190 stock. Well, that's over 10%. It could. Doesn't mean it's going to. Fritz Air, what's happening? Okay, what's going on? Diamato, show us how to pick the strike price. Play at your own risk. Do you think, we already did that question. Diamato, hey James, I bought Ford at $9.78 a share, sold the 10.52. What would you do tomorrow? Oh, well, what I would do tomorrow, Diamato, seriously, take a look at what are the advantages of rolling it forward into next week. Ask yourself that question. You have to buy back this week's option, then turn around and sell next week's option. Does that give you enough money to have an additional 1 or 2% of whatever it's going to be? Ask yourself a question, because the numbers don't lie. Does it make sense? Or is it better just to let it go and have all your cash back on Monday? Look at Ford. How high has it gone? Okay, here's Ford. You see the bottom here on 4.9? Okay, it went up, a little bit of pullback here, then it kept on going. Do you think it can keep going up another week or two? And what happens if you roll it forward and then it pulls back? Well, you're only in it at 9 something. What is it? 978. Okay? As long as she stays above 978, you're going to have a profit. But you got to do something tomorrow, because that option you sold for tomorrow expires tomorrow at 3:59 p.m. So does it make sense to let it go and get exercise, get all your money back? Or does it make sense to roll it into next week? Can you get an additional 1 or 2% by buying back? They call it rolling forward. Okay, so you buy back this week's to May, and then you sell next week's to May. Don't change the strike price. Just change the date. Buy tomorrow's, sell next Friday's. All right. SDWV. Now, Bill, you've been here for a while. SDWV. What the heck is that? SDWV. South Dakota and West Virginia. Sorry, Bill, nothing there. Hayes, how long you have to hold the shares before getting a dividend? Just 1 day. Okay. Now, Hayes has a question. All right, Hayes, you ready for this? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. All right. There are 4 things to remember when it comes to dividend stocks. Actually, it's 4 dates. 4 dates to remember when you're talking about a dividend stock. Hold on a second. You ready? 4 dates. Date number 1 is called the announcement date. Hey, everybody, my name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk. This is how much money we made this year, and this is how we are going to pay you a dividend. And this is the date you're going to get it. That's called the announcement date. They tell you how much they made. They tell me when you're going to get it, blah, blah, blah. The announcement date, date number 1. Date number 2. See these little green dots? A whole bunch of them. These green dots represent the EX dividend date. That is the last day the stock trades before the dividend is paid out. If you want to collect a dividend, you have to buy it before one of these little green dots. Okay, so let's change this up a little bit because that's a little too many to look at. Okay, so for those you can't see, 38 companies here, 82 here, 32 here, 28 here, 59, 116, 139. There's a lot of companies paying out dividends, but are they all profitable? Hold on. Let's take a look at just these. Now, these, each one of these has 25 years of increased profitability or increased dividends. Okay, they're called the dividend aristocrats or the dividend champions, one or the other. Okay, 4 dates. Announcement date, EX date, 3rd date. You ready? The date of record. Whoever owns the stock on the date of record is entitled to the dividend. That's it. It's actually that simple. If you own it on this date, you get the dividend. That's it. Okay? Date number 4. The payment date. That's when you get your money. Simple, right? Wait a minute. Announcement date, EX date, date of record, payment date. Look at CSU. How about, no, Mr. Bill, you keep giving me crap. Crap, Mr. Bill. CSU, you say? I have no idea. Oh, Connecticut State University. There you go, CSU. CSU, Connecticut State University, has no options. Bill, come on, Bill. You're killing me here, dude. Don't you ever give me something good? CSU's a no, Bill. Ivy Centered. Good evening, Ivy, and how are you today? Do I own Apple? No, I do not. Mohair, I think they just increased the dividend. Cool beans. Hey, we got a bunch more questions here. How old? Well, how did you narrow down the dividend calendar to just the stocks you wanted to see? Diamato. See, these are all good questions, okay? First and foremost, Diamato, go to the Market Watch under the calendar. Right in here is where you put what stock you want to look at. So if I want to look at Apple, I'll put an Apple right here. And it will tell me when the dividend is, when the earnings are, what economic day, blah, 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 all this stuff right here. Okay? Just put the ticker symbol in right there, and it tells you exactly when it is. Oh, Hayes, why don't you sell a put to collect a premium, whatever shares you want to go hold on to? Now, Hayes, they call that the wheel strategy or a cash secured put. Yeah, I do those, but I don't share it here. Okay, I have to draw the line somewhere. I can't share everything. People just get too confused. So one strategy and only one. And if 50% a year possibility is not enough for you, I can't help you out. Okay? I am Jeffy. Hefe, how are you today? Masked Dementor. Okay, Masked Mentor. Okay. Gabriella Zangraini. Oh, cool name. Stevie. Good evening, good evening. MetLife, the 27th money paid cash flow payments. Okay. Let's keep on going. Uh-oh, subdue taxes. You know, interesting about taxes. I used to get asked every single week about taxes. Now it's about once a month. I'm thinking that, you know, tax season's come and gone, so people don't care about them anymore. So subdue taxes. Here's my take on taxes. Number one, it is your legal right to pay the absolute bare minimum taxes legally possible. That's your job. After all, you've seen what Congress spends our money on. I mean, have you not been paying attention? Yeah. Anyway, if you're concerned about taxes, if you're making a whole bunch of money and you're concerned about taxes, you're asking the wrong question. Okay? It's kind of like going to a Maserati dealership and asking what kind of gas mileage the car gets. Or how about a Rolls-Royce dealership? Hey, I like this Phaeton here. Wonderful, awesome, 300 grand, great, no problem. What's the gas mileage? Seriously, if you're making money, you're worrying about taxes, you're asking the wrong person the wrong questions. You should be asking a tax strategist or a tax planner, not an accountant, not a CPA, not a bookkeeper. Someone who understands the tax code and can help you pay the least amount of taxes possible. And the very first question you should ask that person, how much taxes do you pay? That's the first question you should ask. Oh my goodness, here's a good one. Subdue. Love it when people insult me. Great, dude. You do not know how to interpret candlesticks. Wow, really? Wowzy, wowzy, woo, woo, woo. Okay, so out of curiosity, correct me if I'm wrong. There are 5 things to look at when you're looking at a candlestick. 5. The wick, the top of the wick. Let's go zoom in a little bit tighter so people can see. Okay? Let's get that line out of the way. Okay, typical candle. Okay? You get the body, you get the wick, you get the top wick, you get the bottom wick. Okay? Now, my misinterpretation of a candlestick. The top of the wick is the high of the day. The bottom of the wick is the low of the day. Now, red, green. Red is a down day, where the top horizontal line is the opening price. The bottom horizontal line is the closing price. That's 4, okay? Open, high, low, close. 5, you ready for the 5th one? The distance between the top of the wick and the bottom of the wick is the range. So, on a candle, there's only 5 things you can see. Oh, wait a minute, no, 6. Think about 6. Red or green? That's one, right? Red or green. Top of the wick, bottom of the wick, top horizontal line, bottom horizontal line. Is it red, is it green? Okay? So, I don't know about you, but that looks like it's going up. I'm not quite sure, but he did say I'm doing it wrong. So, that's my interpretation. If I'm wrong, somebody, please speak up, because I think that's what a candlestick is. High, low, open, close, range. What else is there to look at? Oh, red and green. I forgot that 6 things. All righty. Okay. More questions. Subdue, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Is that a Bloomberg terminal? Jared, no. This is Think or Swim, and it is owned by Charles Schwab. Okay. You day trade stocks? Nope, I don't. Brian, good evening. BK Jedi, do you only trade stocks? I trade stocks and options. World of Opinion, we already looked at Ford. Lauren Bubrig. Okay, good evening. Ishmael Moore wants to take a look at Bank of America. high, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up. Okay, interesting. We're currently at 40.17. Let's move this over this way. Let's go back to here, and here we go. 417 is the current price. 449 if I want to buy it. So the 40.50 is going for 56. Now that's over 1.25% for 1 week. Well, 1.25%, I can deal with that. Let's take a look at the chart and see if it is ripe for picking. A year ago, Bank of America was at 37. The high of the year was the beginning of December. Look at the last 90 days. 90 days, 90 days, 90 days. Whoops, right there. 90 days. High, low is, look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, that's the last 90 days, the last 3 months. It gives us a good idea what other investors are thinking. Okay, the high of the 90-day period, 48. The low is 33, 32, somewhere in that area right here. Let's look at the last 30 days. Gives me a better idea where I think it's going to be by next Friday. So is it on my list to buy next Monday? There we go. Last 30 days. Top, bottom, look at that movement. Okay? 1, 2, 3 weeks. 3 weeks to the upside. Do you honestly think it continued going up? It could. Okay, look at the numbers. 40, so the 40-50. Let's do the 40-50 on Bank of America. Here we go. Covered call, the 40-50 for next Friday. I just want to do one contract. I don't want to scare people away with big numbers. You know, so one contract is this. Well, can you do 3 contracts? Can you do 10? Can you do 15? Here we go. Buy one covered call, BAC, that's Bank of America, weekly. Okay, that's the weekly. Okay, 9 May 25. That means the option is going to expire next Friday. So I'm buying the stock, I'm selling the option. So I'm doing 2 things at once. Buy the stock, sell the option. The option is going to expire, but I'll always have that stock unless it hits my target price. In this instance, my target is $40.50. Well, look at where the stock is at the moment, 40.49. You can't get much closer to 40.50 than 40.30, 49. All right, anyway, what's the profit look like? $70.50. Not a huge amount, but that's per contract. So if you get 20 contracts, that's $1,400. Okay, 2 contracts, it's $140. Anyway, let's do some math. Calculator right there. Here we go. Clear that. Maximum profit, $70.50. What is it costing me? The cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $3,981. $3,980 equals 1.77%. You know, weird. It's like everything for next week is below 2, almost everything's below 2%. This week, almost everything was above 2%. Go figure. No one listens to me. World of optimism. I'm terribly sorry about that. I own Ford at 17. Holy cow. Okay, now world of optimism. We already looked at Ford twice tonight. Okay, so twice we looked at Ford. All right, so I'm not quite sure what to do next. All right, so that being said, Bank of America 1.77 if you like Bank of America. Illyrio, AGNC, Little Aereo. Okay. Same shirt every day. No. Yeah. Yesterday it was a black shirt. The day before it was a red shirt. The day before it was a dark green shirt. The shirt changes every day. Good night, world of optimism. Nice to see you. Okay, a Little Aereo. Okay, What was that? AGNC. Now, I don't like AGNC anymore. I think that's the right one. Is it AGNC? I'm pretty sure it is. Let's find out. Let's find out. Okay. AGNC. Tra-la-la. All right, let's get rid of this. And it is AGNC. Yeah, no, I don't like this one. Now, the reason why I don't like AGNC, you know, the chart looks fine, wonderful. Look at the numbers. Okay, at the money, $9. Okay, $3 to $5 on a $9 stock. Yeah, no. So that's just not there. And then look, if you're wrong, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, no. Sorry. I don't like AGNC. The numbers just don't work. Sorry, kiddo. Haynes, what? You look at numbers charts on right now. What am I looking at the numbers for? AGNC. Jaro, what are your thoughts on tickers like Coney? Nope. QDTE, nope. MSTY, nope. They're all ETFs, brother. Okay, if you want to give your money to a computer, I seriously think you should watch 2010 Space Odyssey. Okay? And then you should watch some of those Terminator movies. Then give your money to a computer. Yeah, sorry. I don't do Coney. The numbers are unsustainable. QDTE, MSTY, the numbers are horrible. Sorry. CMGI. CMGI. I think that's a good one, isn't it? CMGI. CMGI. Citigroup. Okay. Wait a minute. No. Citigroup is just plain old C. CMGI is nothing. Sorry. Okay, Wolf, ET, Energy Transfer, no. Thank you, Wolf. Bear's mom. Oh, Little Bear's mom. Good evening, good evening. LLYVK. Bill, come on. Bill, I want you to do me a favor. I really, Bill, I appreciate your inaction. I really do. But please do some research on some of the stuff you're asking me about. LLYVK, I've never heard of it. LLC, never heard of that one either. If they're not a Dividend King, Dividend Aristocrat, Dividend Champion, Warren Buffett's list, it's probably going to be a no. Very seldomly does somebody come up with a stock that I say, oh, wow, I've never seen that one before. But I'm pretty sure LLYVK. No, see? No, monthly options, no. Bill, please, I appreciate, really, I do. I appreciate your interaction. I appreciate the sense that you want to learn. But find a financial website. If you're going to invest and you're going to be serious about investing your own money, you need to have access to a financial website. You can't just open up the Wall Street Journal and go, this one. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you have to have some structure. Some structure. It doesn't matter what, it doesn't matter how bad it is, but you need something. Because if you can't measure it, if you can't say I did this, and it didn't work, if you can't measure it, you cannot succeed. You cannot excel. You cannot move forward unless you can measure. It means make sure it's a good stock. LLC, never heard of it. LLC. We can't find that symbol. Imagine that. LLC, we can't find that symbol. Bill, please do me a favor. SWK, is that Stanley Black & Decker? It is, and it's a no. Stanley Black & Decker is a monthly option stock. Now, I used to trade Stanley Black & Decker years ago when I did monthly options. But then somebody introduced me to weekly options. It's like, no, this can't be this easy. Anyway, 16 May, 20 June, 18 July, those are months, which means I can only trade it once a month. And once a month means I'm only making 12 to 24% a year. And 12 to 24% a year doesn't work for me. I want 1% a week, which is 50% a year. I think they just, okay, no more questions over here? You guys? Really? Okay, fine. Okay, next. Here we go. Juan Galindo, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Winter Park of America. SWK. We just looked at SWK. Okay, ask the question once. Asking it 5 times does not change the fact that SWK is a no. Oh, Bill. I'm not going to look at TQQQ, Bill. Hey, Winter Park. Marvel. Now, Marvel I can get behind because Marvel does have weekly options and SWK, Stanley Black & doesn't. Okay? MRVL. And yes, I do have some Marvel. Ooh, look at that. Okay, it doesn't take more than 2 to 3 seconds, or 3 to 4 seconds. Okay, high, low, what's the movement? Okay, up, sideways, up, down, up. Doesn't take that long to see it. Okay, a picture's worth 1,000 words. You can get the vision of that within 2 or 3 seconds. High, low, up, sideways, up, down, up. Not that difficult. Let's keep on. Let's keep on keeping on. Good to make the best of. Okay, a year ago, Marvel was at 64.47. We topped out the year, the end of January, and that was 127.48. Okay, last 90 days, last 3 months, high, low, look at this. Up, down, sideways, and now we're up 60.95, and that means we'll be looking at the 61s. Well, look at the 61s. Are you kidding me? Really? The 61s are paying 234. That's over 3%. I like 3%. Because 3% a week comes to over 150% per year. I don't know about you, but I don't hit 150% that often. I don't. Okay, I'm happy with 100%, but 150, I'll take it. Let's take a look. Okay, the 61. Okay, let's change that to covered stock. Let's do the 61 right there. And one contract right there at the market right there, and send, and here we go. Buy one covered call of Marvel, MRVL, 100 weekly. That's the weeklies. 9 May 25. That's next Friday. So whoever buys this option from me better decide between when they pay for it and when it expires. Now remember, it expires 9 May at 3:59 p.m. because at 4 o'clock, you can't do anything. Okay, so that being said, maximum profit, 175. What is it costing? Cost of trade plus fees and commissions, 59.25. Let's get out that calculator because I'm kind of curious. I think this is 3%. Calculator 175 divide 59.25. 2.95. Oh, come on. That's close to 3%. Got to give me that little extra room. Wait a second. Let's multiply that by 52 because it's 50. Because there's 52 weeks in a year. All right, multiply that by 52. I'm going to say 2.9. I'm going to say 112%. Right off the top of my head. 153. I'm way off. Holy cow. 153%. That's at 2.9% every week. If you can get 2.5% every week. Oh, 1.5. Sorry. 1.5. No, 2.9. Okay, 2.9 a week is 153 per year. 153%. That's a nice return, I think. Bill, FMN. Bill, I've never heard of FMN. Okay, let's get out of that. And let's get out of this right here, and we'll put an FMN. Now, Bill, I'm going to feel really bad if this is a lemon too. FMN. All right, Bill, no more for you today. SPI, never heard of that one either. Okay, Winter Park of America. Stop it. Seriously, stop it. I looked at Stanley Black and Decker. It was a no. Big Mo. I never bought options. Okay, Big Mo. I don't buy options either. I sell them. Do I have pants on? What the hell kind of a question does that have to do with? Yes, I do. Mine says limit to open. But why would you limit to open? See, Rudy, the funny thing about limit to open as opposed to market order. Okay, a limit order is going to sit on the market maker's computer until he feels like filling it. He's not required to fill a limit order. He is required to fill a market order, because if it is an order, okay, well, let's find something right here. If it is posted, he is required to fill it at that price. That's a market order. Okay? Limit order, you get to choose what you want. Doesn't mean you're going to get. So when Mick Jagger says you can't always get what you want, that's exactly what he means. Just because you put in a limit order for whatever number you use doesn't mean you're going to get it. But Big Mo, like what you're saying. Kevin, I bought calls instead of calling. Think or swim is a little confusing. Yeah, Kevin, it is. Mine says limit order. Do I have pants on? That's a ridiculous question. EPD. EPD. What platform best for info? It's me. Okay. TikTok Tommy, what's happening? All right, let's keep on going. We got another, 20 minutes to go? And that would be another week from me. Oh, boy. 49 more questions. Holy cow. Mine says illegal trades. Okay, that means you probably need to fill out some paperwork to get approved for whatever it is you're trying to do. Onden Alley, good evening. Johnny Vist. Okay, Ivy, good evening, Ivy. Pat Dan Mack, love your transparency, James. You rock. Thank you. Oh, look at that. I got. Anyway, I forgot where I was going. TCBX. Okay, Bill, I'm not going to do yours anymore. Okay, you get too many crappy stocks you keep throwing at me. Ivy, yes, I had to sign an option agreement. Okay, nothing wrong with that at all. Before you can do a lot of stuff you have to sign for. Yep. Doug. Doug. How's it going? Is too early to try to and invest in the companies that'll be working in the U.S.-Ukraine mineral deal. Don't know, don't care. How do you like that one, Doug? Don't know, don't care. Okay? That's not what I'm looking for. Chase wants to take a look at EPD. What is EPD? Is that one? Wait a minute. Didn't we look at EPD today? Enterprise products. Yeah, didn't we say no to enterprise? Okay, we looked at enterprise already, and this is why we said no. Okay? She's dropping, looking for a new bottom. As soon as she finds a new bottom, starts moving up, then maybe, depending on how consistent they increase their profits. Because I haven't looked at it. It's not one of those stocks I normally do. And if it's not one of those stocks I normally do, I don't really know the numbers. Into the blue. Good evening, and how are you today? All right. C. Walton wants to take a look at General Electric. GE. Oh. No. Wasn't that quick? Do you see how quick it should be? Okay. 30-day high, 30-day low. Look at this. Could it keep going? Yeah, it could. But it's not something I want to jump into because your bottom's here at 160. Now it's at 205. That's a $45 increase. $45 on 160, that is 12.5%. That's a big jump. Well, not huge, but still, it's over 10%. Anytime it jumps up over 10%, I don't want to get near it. You are the weakest link. It's time for you to leave. I remember that. Yep, that's from the weakest link. Why not Wally World? Okay, Dragonian. Let's try out Wally World. WMT. Now, I do own some Walmart. I do. Okay. Okay, now, some people say it keeps going up, so why not just hold on to it? Because that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to buy a stock and have it keep going up, 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 up. Because until you sell something, there's no spendable money in your account. Now, if I bought it down here at 60 bucks and now it's here at 97, yeah, I made a 50% return, but that's only on paper. It's not a profit until you take it. Okay, money is not there until you sell something. So if the stock keeps going up, yeah, it looks good on paper, but it doesn't do me any good paying my bills. Now remember what I said earlier. I'm here for weekly cash flow, which means I use that money to pay my bills on a weekly basis because no one else is going to do it for me. Pumpkinhead, back again. Cool beans. Just open a Schwab account and have a Think or Swim and approved for options, starting slowly. Dude, that's the best way to start. Okay, paper trade for a while first. You will know. See, the funny thing about paper trading, it's kind of like playing Monopoly. How many times do you need to play before that voice in your head starts saying, real money? It's time for real money. It's time for real money. It's time for real money. It will come. Don't force it. Take your time. Stock market has been around for 400 years. Actually, 23 years? 423 years. That's a long time. It ain't going anywhere. It will be here when I'm long gone. Okay, so yeah, you're just getting started. Awesome. It's never too late to start your journey. And those of you who haven't started, what the hell are you waiting for? Jennifer Jones, how are you? Ooh, I had the maddest crush on a girl named Jennifer Jones. NTX, let's see what NTX looks like. But that was decades ago. NTX. NTX has no options. Sorry, Jennifer Jones, that is a no. No, NUTX. Sorry, my bad. NUTX. Still a no. Interesting. NUTX has no options. Okay. Kate. Good evening, Miss Kate, and how are you today? Do you recommend any computers, or can I do this with the cell phone? I have an account on Robinhood. That's on my cell phone. And yeah, I trade on my Robinhood account. Total different strategy, but yeah, it's clickety, clickety, clickety right there. Okay. Start fresh. Love your teachings and simple methodology. Keep up the good work. Woohoo! Bill, no. No more for you, Bill. Acer. Now, I know who Acer is, Bill. Why were you looking at Acer? A-C-E-R, A-C-E-R. That one I know. What? Hell no. Lonzo Saunders. Good evening, and how are you today? Tra-la-la. Okay, so on point. Thank you for that. Mr. Pibb, what software is this? Mr. Pibb, this is called Think or Swim. Think or Swim by TD Ameritrade. Oh, no, wait. TD Ameritrade got bought up by Charles Schwab. Sorry, Charles Schwab owns this. This is Charles Schwab stuff. I want to buy Apple stock. Patrick, we looked at it a little while ago. Okay, we looked at Apple stock earlier this evening. Let's keep on keeping on. Uh-oh. Black-Eyed Joe wants to take a look at Eli Lilly. Ooh, I like Eli Lilly. I think it's a little out of my price range, though. No, it's not. Okay. Ouch. Ouch, it is out of my price range. I don't do stocks over 250 bucks. It's just too long of a drop to make me feel comfortable. Okay? Look at this right here. Okay, you got a big gap here. Gap here. This baby's going to drop a little bit more. And it went from 900 yesterday, and now it's at 754. That's the reason why I don't do stocks that high. Too uncomfortable for me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. AES. What the heck is AES? APLD. Paulie, what's happening? What the heck is APLD, Paul? APLD. APLD. Applied Digital Corporation. Why have I never heard of this company? Let's take a look. Yahoo Finance. I love a good finance website. APLD. And there's your reason right there. No dividends. See, the thing I like about dividend stocks is because just by looking at the dividend, I can tell whether or not the company is consistently profitable. Or I can go back 20 years and we'll look at all the 20 years of quarterly reports and annual reports and read those stupid things. I find it easier just to go to the dividend. If the dividend's increased, it means they made more money. Because you can't give a higher dividend unless you have a higher profit. And my voice is sounding horrible. This is why I drink this stuff. All right. Next. Let's take a look at it, though. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where, look at this. Up, down. Up, down. Now she's going up 521, bouncing off of a 3. Ooh, let's look at this. Last 30 days. Right there. 30-day high. 30-day low. Up, down. Now she's going back up again. Only 1 day to the upside. I like to have 2 days because she here's the bottom here. Can't argue with that. There's the bottom there. She shoots up. There's the top. She pulls back. Now she's going up again. Needs a little bit more time. I like 2 days to the upside. A couple more. TSLY. No. You make me laugh all the time, James. You're so funny. Thank you. Ooh, Hormel. Somebody wants to take a look at Hormel. HRL. HRL. Ah! Didn't hit the right button. Right there. HRL. Now, in case you were wondering, HRL, Hormel. Hormel, they're famous for their chili, okay? They have been around for over 100 years. They are a dividend king. This should be on your list. Not that I'm telling you to do it. It should be. They're over 100 years old. They've consistently increased their dividends for more than 5 decades. That means they're consistently profitable. They're doing something right. Somewhere in their 100-year history, they learned to run a business properly because they're consistently profitable. It's amazing. Some of the stuff I see you guys putting your money into. Here's another one right here. Perfect example. SCHD. I'm seriously thinking this guy doesn't read the numbers. I'm going to take a look at SCHD and I'm going to show you why it's not a good stock, in my humble opinion. It's just my humble opinion. That's it. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just telling you why I don't like it. Hormel. It's coming down. Sorry. Okay. High, low, up, down, up, down. Yeah, a little unsure there. Let's take a look at... Oh, that's funny. SWK. We looked at it a bunch of times already. I'm an SCHD and VIG. Little DGRO and HDV. Okay. No, 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 and no. It's like a quartet. Okay, SCHD. Let's take a look. SCHD. Okay, 2571. Let's go over to here and put in SCHD. SCHD. I love picking on this one because they keep trying to sell this to everyone. Oh, you should buy some SCHD. It's a great company. Yeah, it is. Take a look at this. 3.7. That's what you get for the year. You invest in SCHD, you're making 3.7% on your money. But look at how much you've made so far this year. Negative 4.6. Okay, you still think SCHD is good? Hold on. It gets worse. Hold that thought. Historical data. Now, historical data is going to show us what the dividends look like and how consistently has this company increased its dividends. Because think about it. Would it make sense to invest your money into a company that's not profitable? Now, when I say profitable, I mean that 10 years ago you were making this much. 9 years ago you were making this much. And then 8 and 7. And as years go by, you make more and more money. The numbers get higher and higher and higher. Profitability is more and more and more. The numbers should get higher. So let's check out SCHD. Oh, holy cow, 2011? That's not 20 years old. Hell no. All right. Number one, it's not 20 years old. Number two, 4 cents, 4.6 cents, 6.8, 6.9, 8.6, 7. Wait a second. It went down from 8 to 7. That's going backwards. All right. 82, 84, 91, 90. That's backwards. 99, 81. That's backwards. 13, big jump. 11, that's backwards. 11.5. 8.7, that's backwards. 13.5, 14, 14.7, 20, 16, that's backwards. 23, 19, that's backwards. 22, 21, that's backwards. 27, 25, that's backwards. There's no consistency in the profitability whatsoever with SCHD. But hey, your money can do whatever you want with it. I just say no because they're not consistently profitable. There's 10,036 companies as of last week. That's how many there were. Why are you picking this one when they're not profitable? And you're getting 3% per year. You can put your money in government securities and get more than that. You can put your money into a high yield savings account and get over 4%. Why the hell are you putting your money into something that's paying 3.6? Explain to me why you think that's good. I'm kind of curious. Okay. Ticker symbols are important in stocks because when you get into them more, you would trust them. Yeah, Bill, I'm going to agree with you. Okay, I've been doing this for a while. Oksana! Spasiba. Kagdala. Erica, good evening. Where did I leave off? NTX. Okay. Okay, that one. Got those, got that. What software is that? Got that one. Okay, where am I? Nike, Jane. Oh, Ian Sendrak. Nike. Kind of weird because we looked at Nike last night. Let's take a look at it again. NKE. Nike. Interesting. Here we go. High, low, was, is. Look at this. Up, down, sideways, down, up, down. 57, 30. 57 is going for 127. 58 is going for 87. Both the numbers look good. Great. All right, so a year ago, we're at 91. The high of the year, 98. The bottom of the year, recently, 52. Goes from 98 to 52. What is that, a 40% drop, something like that? Okay, last 30 days. Here's our last 30 days. 30 days ago, we're at 65. Our bottom's at 52. She shoots up, pulls back. Little unsure what's happening here. Is it going down or is it just starting to turn? It's going to need a couple more days of data to figure out exactly where that's going. It's almost 11:30. Let's finish up with these questions. BX. Oh, Texas boil ball. Boil ballin'. Boy ballin'. Alrighty. LMT, Lockheed Martin. I love it. Unfortunately, we'll have to look at it next time. Tech. 10Con 12. Do your other methods average more than 1%? Absolutely. Lonzo, good evening. Sweet Den, good evening. Are you still with Walgreens? Nope, got rid of Walgreens. What are my thoughts on Amazon? Amazon doesn't have dividends. They don't share their profits. So that's going to be a no, no, and a no again. Loki Smith, how are you doing? Nice to see you over there. Let's keep on keeping on. Oh, look at this. We are just about done. Mr. Bill shared companies got regular. Okay, got it, Bill. Just curious, Starbucks. Now, I actually bought some Starbucks this week because the numbers just look great. They did. What's Buffett been doing lately? I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. Okay, so just curious, Starbucks. This is going to be the last one of the evening. Okay, Lonzo, you're welcome. Amazon. Now, don't get me wrong, okay, watch some interviews with the dude. He says Amazon's never been profitable. They don't plan on being profitable. They take all the profits and they just give them away. Okay, and they invest it back into the company. Just curious, you're welcome. What are we looking at? Starbucks? SBUX. Now, I did buy some Starbucks this week because the numbers look good. Let me show you. Let me show you the high of the year, 117.46. That was in the beginning of March. The bottom of the year was 715. That's the middle of July, 71.55. A year ago, 74. Okay, look at the last couple of months. Hey, way up here, down here. Look at this movement. I want to look at there. This is what's going on right now. Now, check this out. 30 days ago, here we are up here at $100. Big drop from $100 all the way down to 76. That's a 25% drop from 100 to 76, about 25%, about 24, 25, somewhere in that area. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, big gap down. Now, it missed its earnings on Wednesday. Okay, so I jumped in on Monday because it looked good. Okay? I bought it at 84 and I sold the 83s. Well, why did I sell it for $1 less than I paid for it? Say, Jim, you've been doing this for a long time. Why are you selling for less than you paid for it? Because the numbers worked. It just looked good. Let me show you. Okay, so Monday, we're at $84. So I buy it at $84. Now I have the opportunity to sell it to someone else with a covered call or a call option. So I picked the 83 because the 83 was paying over $4 per share. So I was still walking away with $2 per share. Now, $2 per share on an $84 stock is over 2.3% for 1 week. And that worked for me. Okay, do the numbers work? Do you like the company? Does it make sense? Is this a place you want to invest your money long term or however long it takes to hit that stock price? Well, I bought it at 84 and I'm selling it at 83. Well, look where it is now. It's at 81.95. Okay, right around the 82 area. I don't think it's going to hit 83 this week. Fine. I will let it expire and then next week I will sell something else. Is that Starbucks? Neochromium. Yes, it is Starbucks. Imagine that. Now, I did buy some Starbucks. Okay. I will be rolling it forward tomorrow because I did sell the 83s. Okay, but all that being said, It's past 11:30. You guys have a great day. And most of you, I will see you guys tomorrow. So you all have a great night, and I'll talk to you again the next time I'm on, which I think it's going to be Sunday night. Okay, because I don't do it Friday night and Saturday nights anymore. Okay, so have a great night. All you over on Facebook, have a lovely evening. And you here on YouTube station number 3. You guys have a great night. Alrighty, you're done there and there and there. Instagram, you guys have a great night. Bye. TikTok number 1, you guys have a great night. See you guys tomorrow or the next day, whatever. Ooh, I'm gonna be live again on, I think, Friday. Oh no, sorry, Saturday or Sunday with my grandson. He was a blast the other day. Oh, about a week ago. Okay, yeah, it was done. This one done. Done.